Yeah, I'm kind of confused as to why everybody is surprised that Talitha admitted the real reason why she moved to Houston was because of a man. Everything about her content screams very much male centered for the male gaze.
Hey beautiful people, how you are doing today? It's your girl Destiny here and welcome to my channel. How you are doing? Hope you guys are doing great. So this video is a video of a popular TikToker who people have been calling out for her sharing a video of how she moved to a new city because of a man. So this content creator, she does lifestyle content, beauty content, and also kind of religious type of content because she's on a personal journey with God and all that, just trying to find herself and the relationship with God. And that's something she shared a couple of months ago, sometime last year. She shared that she moved to a new city because God asked her to move. But now she's coming forward to share a story time of how she moved to a new city because of a man. So apparently she has liked this guy for a long time, as long as possible. And then this guy always has a girlfriend and she wasn't ready to break up anybody's relationship. But after the guy and his girlfriend go off and on and all that, and the guy flirts with her there and there, and she felt like, I really like you and all that. But this guy kind of navigated her and told her that if probably they were both in the same city, probably they can pursue something like a relationship. And she decided to move to a new city. And still, this guy kept that what they have as still situationship. The guy did not declare his relationship with her. It was still a situationship. And she has come to share her own thoughts on this, but this got a lot of people talking, telling her about how her content has been men-centered and how could she say she moved to a new city, that God told her to move it to a new city when actually it was a man that asked her to move, or she moved because of a man. Anyway guys, let's go check out this video and then we'll come back and talk.
Y'all wanted a story time on why I moved to Houston for a man. Oh, I'm embarrassed, kinda, a little bit. It was a learning experience. You might have to watch this in 2x because I'm not skipping any details. I won't say I necessarily moved here for him, but I moved with the intention of having him. For the sake of storytelling, we're gonna call him Aaron because I've been watching Love Island and it kind of just makes sense. I need the bowl and all the candy because this is a trauma dump at this point. Aaron and I met in college. So we met through a mutual friend and then we kind of started developing our own relationship, which kind of makes it even harder because we were actually very good friends. And I realized I was catching feelings for this man, but he was always with somebody, right? And there's one thing I am not, it's a home wrecker. If you got a girlfriend, whether I like her or not, you have a girlfriend. I know my place, I'm gonna stay in it. When the time is right, you're gonna find your way home. It's okay. When he was single, I always picked up like flirty vibes, but then again, I'm not one to like make the first move. I like to be the approached and not the approacher. This man was in my phone talking crazy. I think it was like 2020 or 2021, something like that. He moved to Houston. Turns out they were in an on-again, off-again relationship. At this point, it was just off. I thought they were broken up. He ended up getting back with his ex. I got my feelings hurt. Whatever. I made a video on TikTok, explaining what happened, and he wanted to have a conversation. So I was in Houston at the time for like the little mentoring event that I had, and you know, I invited him over. We talked about it. We cleared the air. This is when like the Delulu really like light switch kicked on. He told me if I lived in Houston, we could explore a romantic relationship. I do know clearly from God that he was telling me that it was time for me to move out of my parents' house. Now, was he telling me to move to Houston? Houston? No. I just think it's so important that when you hear from God, you hear everything, because sometimes there's commas and we want to put a period where there's supposed to be a comma. I moved out here like the very end of August, beginning of September of 2023. Me and Aaron were operating as a couple and I was ecstatic. I loved it. We've been playing situationship for 2-3 years. So I'm like, now's our time to shine. Like, it's finally happening, you guys. I did it. I did it. We did it, Joe. We did not do it. Another red flag I should have known is I practiced abstinence, some form of abstinence up until I moved to Houston. But when I was with that man, abstinence out the window. I said, what, huh? Not that Aaron wasn't respectful of my boundaries, but I was not respectful to myself because I allowed him to throw me off of my spiritual journey. And I had to realize that God is so much more important than a relationship. God is so much more important than a man who chose his ex over you twice and then you moved out here and now you're throwing away your relationship with God to be with a man who isn't even your man. I was never his girlfriend. Stand up, Talitha, stand up. And let me tell you something. I stood on business. I said, look here, sir. You're great. I think I love you, but I love God a little bit more. And I want to be abstinent. I'm practicing abstinence till I'm married. And if that's not something you're on board with, we're going to have to end this. We had conversations about marriage, about kids, about a future. And I moved out here with the expectation of a serious relationship. And I'm not faulting him, but I'm faulting myself for not being able to communicate what I want and then walk away sooner. Not everything you go through, God puts you through, but everything you go through, God will use it. I still pray for him. I still wish him the best. I hope that whoever he's with, if he's with somebody, that he treats her well and that they get married and that he gets the wife in the relationship and everything that he deserves. It just wasn't me. And that's okay. It happens. It's a part of life. This is just a story of growing up and making decisions that lead to growth, but it's fine because we're here now. Oh, cute. Cute little face beat. Face God never decline, my God.
So that was the story time that got everybody talking. Everybody has so much to say about that story time she made. But clearly we could see some of the red flags that is going on there. Like the fact that this girl moved a city to this is where when you're dealing with women that are very self-centered, like they usually just attach everything to the man. They will do everything just in the convenience so that they can be at proximity with a man, and this just shows it. I have so much to say more about it, but I know you have so much to say. So go ahead down in the comment section and share your thoughts. Love to know what you think. So let's go check out people's response to this, and then I'll come back and share more of my thoughts, okay? But I want to know what you think. You guys' thoughts are crazy. So go down and share yours. So let's go check out people's thoughts.
I'm going to share my personal thoughts about Talitha Jane. Number one, there's nothing wrong for being a young woman that desires a man, a relationship, a marriage, whatever the case may be. And number two, there's nothing negative about how you started your walk with Christ. Whether it's from tragedy, whether you rededicated your life because you may have backslid, however you get to God, it don't even matter to him as long as you get to him and you hear. And I feel like a lot of us on this app, because the content creators and influencers have become so vulnerable with sharing certain parts of their life, that we feel like it's okay to judge them. Like, how are we on here judging a 24, 25-year-old girl who moved to a new city to be with a man, right? We've all done stupid stuff over a man before. Some of us are still doing it. And if that situation brought her back to God, so be it. Praise the Lord. Right? And if she is true about her walk with God and her faith, he will help her bring the best out of her, reveal things to her, help her get more clarity when it comes to dating and relationships.
As a follower of Talitha, and if you follow Talitha, we all know that woman wants a man bad, like real bad, like real bad. And if you've been watching Talitha's content this past year, it's very self-love driven, you know, Christian content, all of that, but she still has this rhetoric of like, a man won't do this, so I'm gonna do it myself. A man won't do that. It's just like, is that the only reason why you're doing shit? Because a man won't do this, that, and the third? Like, is this the last resort? Like, if you had a man, would this not be the forefront of your mind? And I think we really have to take that away from the reason we do things. Do things because it's healthy for you. And I'm not saying that she doesn't know that, but the way she talks, it always gives she's doing shit because she don't have a man, and she feel like if she does that, she thinks it's a formula to get that. And then she comes on here, does a story time about the real reason she moved to Houston. When you done told us, oh, God didn't tell you this whole time, you didn't move out here for this fucking man. You could have been very transparent about that. That's one why I said the other time I made a video about her, she needs to keep her journey offline. And, you know, just keep it cool. Don't overcompensate for the shit you don't have. Be grateful for what you do have, and what you want and want to have will come.
This is to my girl Talitha, because some of y'all just get on my nerves. Sis, I see you. You see me. We see each other, okay? I understand. Especially when you come from a loving family, when you have a great example of what a husband, a father is, you want that. You are like, oh my, like, God, please, like, bring me what I have witnessed my whole entire life. I understand that. I get that. And also, as a Christian woman, I understand trying to juggle life and faith and trying to figure out where you belong. And sis, I give you grace. Sis, I give you understanding. I'm here with you. I know you're not perfect because you're not God. I'm sorry, you're just not. You are going to make mistakes. I'm going to make mistakes. We're going to make mistakes. We're not perfect. There is no way in the world I'm going to be looking at your stuff and be like, well, this, no. Once again, opinions. People can have those. But at the same time, I'm never going to try to push you down, make you feel like you bad for doing certain things, because you live and you learn. That's how you become a better person. You learn from your mistakes. You literally learn from your mistakes. It literally makes you who you are. It molds you into the person you're supposed to be. I would never speak down on you. And to the people that are, just block them. Just block them, because they have nothing better to do with their lives.
Not gonna lie, I'm kind of confused as to why everybody is surprised that Talitha admitted the real reason why she moved to Houston was because of a man. Everything about her content screams very much male-centered, for the male gaze. Even her spiritual content. Honestly, especially her spiritual content. I don't know what it is about the girlies entering their like spiritual era, but as soon as they go down that like hole of, oh, I'm just gonna start getting in touch with God, you know, I need to build my relationship with God, and it's like intense, like it's a sharp turn from where they used to be, it is almost always concerning a man. Whether it was heartbreak or the type of guy that they wants that type of woman, or they're trying to be married by a certain age, it's almost always centered around a man. So I'm not really sure why we're all shook, but I do think that that type of rhetoric is very dangerous, like especially in this age of people easily becoming influenced by little things, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're watching people who are relatable to us achieving such goals that used to be so far but are now closer in reach. And for her to get up there and say that initially the reason why she moved to Houston was because the Lord basically led her to make this decision, to now saying, oh, the real reason why I came here was because of a man, is kind of dishonest. Like, and I think that's my real problem, is it was very dishonest. Not so much that it was surprising, but more so, girl, why you lying?
I love Talitha, okay? But I think it's foolish to move anywhere for a man. I'm sorry. I like watching her videos. I like seeing her content. She's a beautiful woman. Body's T, beautiful. She's trying to find God, you know, as far as like the narrow path of following Christ. But I'm not going to talk about her much right now, but we're just going to talk about in general. Never make men the center of your life unless it is God and your husband, okay? Those are only two. Not even your son. Your son shouldn't even be the center of your life, because your kids come after your husband, okay? And they're not as much as a priority as God and your husband. So anybody else, for real, like boyfriends, dating, whatever the case, these things are not priorities, okay? You're not supposed to do anything outside of your comfortability or what you can handle, or like doing anything that is like over excessive for potentially maybe getting a man. Like, you shouldn't do that. Like, men are supposed to come to the women. We shouldn't have to move anywhere for a man to pursue us, okay? It's okay to be in a position to be found by a man, like how some women, like, they run their daily errands looking pretty and a man will come up to them, but you're not going out and purposely trying to make somebody be with you. But it's two completely different things, and it is not the best route to move anywhere for a man, even if you know him or not, whatever the case, you got a history with him or not. No, you only move when that man is signing a covenant of marriage with you, and that's the only way you need to be moving. Otherwise, there is no point for a woman to be moving, okay? We do not need to be moving, doing something out of our normal for a man unless it is God and our husband, okay? So ladies, please don't do this. Don't ever do this, because it will not be prosperous for you. Like, it won't. It will not. And if it do last for 20 minutes it's not going to be prosperous. You're going to be stressed out because you're sitting here doing what men do. That's what men do. Men go out and be in an environment for a woman. Men go out and move to be for a woman, like to find his wife. Like, we shouldn't be doing that as women. That is like, that's the opposite of the roles here. Okay.
Is Talitha Jane male-centered? Yes. Is Talitha Jane wrong for not telling people that she moved to Houston for a man? No. And I'm going to tell you why. You can be male-centered and that's her business. Like, I'm not here for that, but whatever. But this is the same girl who got on the internet and put blue jeans on, denim jeans on with no underwear, okay? Had a nail tech put wrap around her car. Like, for me, I think she's doing shit for the plot. I'm going to be 100% honest with you. And I think that's totally okay. Like, why is it that there's this weird expectation that everybody has to tell, like, the internet what's going on, like, day to day? Are you guys the FBI? Should you have access to that much information, like, play-by-plays? No, I think it's kind of weird. And could it be that, like, maybe she's at a point now where she can talk about it honestly? Like, is that not some level of relatability and vulnerability? How many of y'all have lied about a man to your friends or family? How many of you have forgiven a man over a girlfriend? Like, be fucking for real. She's not doing anything that's that crazy, but I think for everybody to, like, be all in hooplas about, oh my God, she hid this from us. Like, girl, she told y'all. Y'all would not have known unless she told y'all that she moved there for that man. You would have speculated, but you wouldn't have known. So at the end of the day, maybe give her a little bit of grace. Like, she is living her life on the internet and she chooses to do that. But at the same time, vilifying her for every single mistake she makes, or like finding a reason to get mad about something that minuscule, in my opinion, I think it's a little unfounded. I think it's a little weird. And I think it's like presumptuous to assume that you should know every single step that she takes. Social media is a highlight reel. The quicker you get that, the quicker you'll understand how all of these people work.
Y'all be so quick to say that God led you to a decision, that God led you to make this choice. God showed you that that was your husband. God showed you that you need to make this major move for him, that this is the one for you. God showed you that. You know what? You are right. Your God showed you, because that man is your God. That man that you want to be in relationship with, that man is your God. You praise him, you serve him, and you do what he asks you to do. You treat him like he is your God. And it breaks my heart when I see situations like this, because so many women are trained to serve a man like a god rather than being told to be in partnership with one. I don't know many men who will inconvenience their life. They'll be uncomfortable for a little bit if that means being with you forever. I don't know many men who will do that. I don't know many men who will pick up his whole life and move for you. I don't know many men who will do that, but women will do it. And you said that God led you to that. No, your man, which is your God, manipulated you into thinking that you should inconvenience your life for him. He manipulated you into letting go of your dreams. He manipulated you into not being your own person anymore. He now hovered over your life like a God, and you got it confused with the ultimate God. Baby girl, don't ever get that twisted. God didn't lead you to that decision. That man did. That man did. And I feel sorry for you that you've been fooled that way. That man led you there. And now you stand alone without that man, needing to navigate how to live life again. Because every move and decision that you made was based on your man, your God.
So those are people's response. Go down in the comment section and share your thoughts. Love to know what you think about it. Like, I want to know your own take on people's response. Do you think she should have been given grace? Do you think, oh, we should not judge her? Most of us have done our own stuff and all that. But she went on with a lot of backlash she was getting online, and even in her comment section. She tried to put up a comment section, and then she came online to really explain and try to clarify things she said, because some people are saying that she lied to them. So she came up to clarify things, and this is what she said. I'm going to share my own thought. Hold on, but let's go hear what she has to say, and then I'll come back and share my thought. Okay, but I want to know yours in the comment section.
This is not the video. Oh, hold on. I already know there's going to be people who stitch this video and use it to weaponize me even further, but I'm gonna just be real with y'all. Usually I try not to, it's gotten to the point where I don't even use TikTok anymore, because every time I open up this freaking app, It is Talitha Jane hate. The main topic I was seeing was my content is so centered around man. My content is centered around the pain and the hurt that a man caused me, so now I am learning to love myself effectively. Imagine getting closer to God, because after being and getting your heart broken, you don't know what else to do. So you rely on God. And then people think your self-love journey is a ploy to get a man, when in reality, you want nothing to do with the man. And all the things that you see your dad give your mom every single day. So you learn to do that for yourself. And instead of inspiring other people to do the same, they hate you for it. I've always been close with God. My dad's a pastor. My mom's a first lady. I grew up in the church, but it wasn't until recently, depressed in a new city by myself, that I really relied on God. Oh my gosh. And when God brings you out of a depression, when you are alone 24/7 in a city that you don't like, of course you're going to talk about what God did for you. Why wouldn't you? And it just it pains me so much that you guys think I'm that shallow. I'm tired of feeling inadequate in those spaces, so I want to learn to do it myself. Jesus. Did I have to learn the hard way? Yeah. And the whole reason I document those things is because I know I'm not the only person who's actually really cared for someone who they weren't in a relationship with. I learned how to love myself through that process. If there's two things I'm never going to apologize for, one, it's loving God publicly. Second, I've been close with God pretty much my entire life, but it wasn't until I moved out here and everything happened that I have gotten super close with God and realized that, wow, God is actually amazing, and I need to start living my life to reflect that. It's really not that deep. It's not all about a man. It stems from an experience I had with a man, but more so it's about who do I want to become after that? Who do I want to be now that that's over? I have a headache from crying. This is ridiculous. Regardless of what anyone thinks, regardless of what anyone has to say, I still love y'all. I'm going to still ride for the black and brown girls. I'm going to still show up every day, even if people stop showing up for me. Everyone's entitled to their opinions, and you can take away whatever you want. I was about to do my hair. I just got it cut into a bob today. Didn't plan on getting on the internet and crying, but oh man.
Please go down in the comment section and share your thoughts. Love to know what you think about this amazing conversation down in the comment section. So go ahead, feel free and share your thoughts. I really want to know what you think about this. What are your thoughts? I'll come in to explain everything. What are your thoughts? So for me, I have a couple of things to say. In our last video, she just posted talking about explaining stuff. She said she's in a city that she does not like. And she said she came to this city initially, the first video she did when she was moving. She said God asked her to move, and then she moved to the city. So this is where I feel like this is where I feel like this is not being honest, her trying to tell our audience or take our audience along with her. And this is where, as people that watch creators, especially the ones that are doing the most, just be careful. Be like, choose and pick what you believe and what you take, because clearly she wanted to talk about how God moved her, how God asked her to move, and she moved to this city, and she just said this is a city that she hates. So clearly people's thoughts and conclusion about it, that she moved to this city because of a man. My own opinion is the fact, like, okay, that's what you do, because this man told you that, oh, if we move to this city, if we're together in the same city, we're likely to probably pursue something, and you pick onto it and you go into that city, and this man did not define the relationship. He still kept you in a situationship even though you've moved to the city. Younger ladies, can you see this thing? And people are saying that, oh, she's young and she should be giving grades. We were young once and being dumb. Like, that's valid. I feel like she should be giving grace. Do I think she should be dragged the way she's been dragged? No. I feel like she should be giving grace. But also, this is where, when I think I was like, back in the days, yes, we've all done stupid things and all that and all that. Back in the days, we didn't have women telling us game like we are telling younger girls, and even telling ourselves games. Women were not talking. Women were not open. Women were not honest about their situation, their marriage, their situation, their relationship. Women were not honest. We were asked to shut up. We were asked to be smiling and suffering. We were asked not to express ourselves. We were asked to suppress who we are, what we are, to be able to fit into a man's box and all that. But now it's not. And I feel like, as much as we want to give grace to people, which I'm an advocate of that, because Nobody's perfect, honestly. Nobody's perfect. I just feel like when younger girls, and this is something I was talking about this the other day, I said younger girls will not listen. I found a younger lady came to meet me and told me, oh, she's getting married, da 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 da. And I'm like, oh, congratulations. And I asked her the question, I said, why are you getting married? And this lady, to the life of me, could not answer. And the only thing she said, like, I'm of age. And I was like, so that is the reason you want to get married. That is not a good enough reason for you to get married, because the marriage you see or the marriage society tells you, yeah, that is not it. And she was like, Auntie, I'm of age. And I was like, okay. And I was saying that, you know what, one thing I'm going to do is that I'll still go on and tell younger people the truth, what it's like to be married, what you should expect in it. And the truth is that most of them will not listen. Most of them will not listen. They want to go in there and experience it. People talking about, oh, you make mistake and you learn from it. I get it, but sometimes I say, oh, you have to make your mistake and learn. Sometimes you don't have to make your own mistake. Not when people that have made that mistake, they are calling to tell you, or people that have gone through that journey, they are coming to tell you and like, you know what, this is the real reality of it. This is the real reality of it. I'm not against people getting married or being in a relationship. No, what I'm saying is that be there and be able to treat yourself and be able not to lose yourself in that institution called marriage. And that is what marriage does. That is what relationship does. Especially relationship, when you as a woman, we are raised naturally to center men in our life. What we're saying here is that center your life. I went through a couple of our videos and I said, yes, I agree with people that say that our content is around centering men, around, oh, what you can do for your man, what you can relationship for your man and all that. And for me, that for a young girl, she's 24, 25, that is not even healthy, because I don't even know what, like, pour into yourself. And that's one thing we talk about here a lot on this channel, telling people, women, even younger girls, to pour into yourself. That energy you will put it into a man, put it into yourself, center yourself, make yourself the factor, and then see what happens. A lot of us women are scared of being alone. Yes, I agree. Like, a lot of us will not come and say it with our full chest, but I'm saying a lot of us women are so scared of being alone. I was that woman too. I was so scared of being alone. Yes, I was that woman. I'll tell you. You guys know. I'll be honest with you guys. So, and I feel like younger girls growing up, hearing women talk about situation and all that, other girls talk about marriage situation. They are picking game quite alright, but it really takes a while for you to really unlearn some of those things that is inbuilt that you saw your mother do. Like she said, she has a figure. Her father treats her mother a certain way, and that's the type of treatment she treated. Maybe I don't know her family, I don't know her parents. Maybe her parents were that parents that shield her for all the ups and downs that comes with being in a marriage, in a relationship. So she only saw the rosy part of it. And for me personally, I feel like that is not healthy when you choose your children. If you have children in a marriage and you're already in a marriage, I'm not advising you to leave, but what I'm saying that let these children be very visible to what is going on. Let me know down in the comment section, because some people disagree with this thought. Like allowing your children to know what it's like to be married or be in a relationship. Let them know the ups and downs so that they know. Some people are like, no, you shield them, you protect them from those emotions so they don't know the toxic environment that is going on. That sometimes it affects the children and traumatize the children. I get and I understand the part of traumatize, but sometimes I feel like some people are living in the Lulu land thinking marriage is all roses and rows of petals on the street and all that, because their parents chilled them and their parents have stayed 150 years together, and because of that they so crave for that thing that their parents have, and that is not reality. That is not the reality of that marriage. So for me personally, I feel like the children should know to a large extent what's going on. Yes, some things should be used to protect your child out of it, but the children should know mommy and daddy fight, mommy and daddy disagree. And I feel like that helps us, because this is what makes a lot of people get into a relationship expecting the rose on the floor type of, like, oh, just like a swim in the park, like, and all that. And a lot of the time when they get into their actual relationship, they expect it to be that way. They don't understand that it goes up and down, and when it's going down, they are like, oh, they are sad, they are depressed, they are let them know, so they know what to expect and what and how to navigate that. But clearly this woman, she doesn't deserve to be dragged the way she's been dragged, and let's take a chill. But also I want to know your own thought about this down in the comment section. Women or younger girls moving cities, town, moving for a man just to be with a man and all that. I want to know your own thing. But clearly this man was playing in her face all through, because this man is on and off with his actual girlfriend, made her move a city and still did not commit to her. And for me, that is a red flag. The truth is that if a man wants you, a man will commit to you. And that first breakup he had with his girlfriend, he will have committed to the relationship. But clearly, he knows you will always be a side piece, or just be not the side piece, like you will always be there one way or the other, and he's fine with it. The role you play in his life was very comfortable for him. You serve him right, so that is fine for him. So he will keep on doing what he wants to do, still remain single, and give you situationship rather. Anyway, guys, please go down in the comment section and share your thoughts. Love to know what you think about this amazing video down in the comment section, okay? But please, like always, keep it respectful. Share this video with somebody that you want to be part of the conversation, because that's what we do here. We have banging conversation. So go on and share this video. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, smash the like button, because this helps YouTube to push out my content for more people to see, and that will be you supporting this channel and this girl. Yes, so go on and do that. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Deuces.